Hey there, Regina Andler here, and I think we are live. I'm just going to make sure by checking in. Looks like we're live on YouTube. Looks like we're live on Facebook. Okay. Hey there. Welcome to the Quantum Happiness webinar. Now, I don't know about you, but I am feeling a lot of tension, all this tension that's going on in the world right now. I'm feeling it, and it's starting to affect my level of happiness. So, my question to you is, how about you? Ask yourself, on a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you overall right now? I mean, now, sure, during the day, you have happy moments. So you might be really happy right now. And then maybe later on, not so much. And then, you kind of level off. Average a 24-hour day. How happy are you overall in a 24-hour day period? That's what I want to know. 1 to 10. Comment in the chat, in the comments in Facebook. Put the comments in there and just say, how happy are you with what's going on in your life, your average day? Where are you right now? What we're going to do in this webinar is I'm going to share the science of being happier. And don't worry, because if you're not a science whiz, that's okay. We're going to keep things fun and simple. And for the record, this is a total side thing. I talk about mindset all the time with my clients and with my programs and that kind of thing. But for the record, this is just a side thing because I think we all need some more happiness in our lives right now. So there is no offer at the end. It's truly just a free resource for you. So I am Regina Andler. I'm a business transformation consultant who helps coaches and consultants stand out from their competition using my proprietary the unicorn factor methodology. And I am a self-proclaimed science geek. So in this presentation was actually my final project a while back when I was working on my whole being and positive psychology certification. Go figure, right? It's being it was re-updated with more cool stuff to make it even more valuable today. So what is it all about? We're going to explore how the wild world of quantum physics actually relates to your everyday happiness. I know it sounds a little bit crazy, but trust me, by the end of this, you'll have some awesome new tools to boost your mood. And for you quantum geeks out there who might be watching this, if you're in the house, no, we're not getting deep. We're not talking about quantum theory. We're not going that far down the rabbit hole. I'd love to, not right now though. We're just barely even scratching the surface. We're just looking at this from your energy perspective and how it relates to your happiness. So here's what we're going to cover today. We're going to start with actually a quick interactive experiment. Now, we're not on a Zoom, so I can't see you, so I don't know if you're playing along or not. So it's entirely up to you. If you want to play along, play along. If you don't want to play along, don't play along. And we'll just move on from there. Then we're going to break it down to some really, really basic quantum ideas. We're going to break those down in some really easy understand ways. And then we're going to connect those ideas to your emotions and your overall well-being. And then I'm going to share some really simple tips on how you can use it right away, like now, right after this webinar, to make you feel happier and maybe even have a happier day today than you thought you were going to have. And then lastly, if you're watching this on the Facebook group, I'm happy to answer any questions you have. Note that I cannot see the comments on Facebook while I'm presenting. It's just the way all of this works. I'm using StreamYard and YouTube, and we're on Facebook. We're all over the place right now. So I can't see the comments right now, but I will go over there once we're done the slides and go back and answer any comments or respond to any comments and answer any questions that you have at the end, okay? All right, so let's get things kicked off with a little experiment. And don't worry, it's totally painless. I will say if you're driving, do not do this because I'm going to begin by asking you to close your eyes or soften your gaze. And together, we're going to take 3 deep cleansing breaths. So are you ready? First, breathe in through your nose, deep into your belly. And then exhale slowly through your mouth. Again, breathe in through your nose, clearing your mind. And exhale slowly through your mouth. One last time, breathe in through your nose. And exhale slowly through your mouth. All right, now with your eyes still closed, I'm going to read a list of words to you. And as I read each one of the words, I want you to repeat it to yourself silently. Okay, here we go. Anger, fear, sadness, loss, jealousy, loneliness, disgust, frustration, hatred, depression. Okay, now open your eyes. And what I want to know is, did you experience any type of feelings when I read that list? Maybe your shoulders fell a little, or maybe you felt a little bit of anxiety. Maybe you felt a little sad, or maybe you just overall felt a little bit heavier. In the comments, let me know if you felt anything. Just say, I felt something. And we're going to do this one more time. So we're going to do those 3 clearing breaths again, okay? So close your eyes or soften your gaze and breathe in through your nose, deep into your belly. And exhale slowly through your mouth. Again, breathe in through your nose, clearing your mind. And exhale slowly through your mouth. All right, one last time, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now, with your eyes still closed, I'm going to read a new list of words to you. Now, again, as I read each word, I'd like you to repeat it to yourself silently. Okay, here we go. Joy, hope, gratitude, appreciation, beauty, happiness, laughter, peace, love, enlightenment. Okay, now open your eyes. Did you experience any feelings when I read that list? Did it feel any different if you did? If you felt something, did it feel any different? Maybe you felt yourself lifting up a bit. Maybe you found yourself starting to smile. Or maybe overall you just felt a little bit lighter. What this little exercise is showing is that your thoughts have power over your emotions and even your physical state. And we're going to talk about why that happens. Now, Nikola Tesla once said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. What some, if not all, that you felt when I read those lists of words, it actually validates that statement. Now, Albert Einstein said, everything is energy. And that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy. This is physics. This is a key thing to understand in life if you want more happiness and if you want more stuff, if you want more money, you want more success, you want more in your relationships, whatever it is, everything is energy. Match your frequency, the frequency of your reality to that you want, and you can't help but get it. It's the law. Now, a couple little quantum basics. Again, we're barely scratching the surface here. It's really not complicated. And there's just 3 things that I want you to remember. Number 1, everything is energy. So everything, what do I have here? Here's a coaster. Everything, my desk, this camera, this live stream, everything is energy, including your thoughts. You know, when you think of energy, visualize these little tiny particles of energy. You can't even see them. They're so small. I mean, they're not even perceptible. You can't see them at all, okay? But everything is energy. And energy is always moving. It's always moving and vibrating, and it never stops. So yeah, this little coaster that I've got right here, this is actually energy and it's vibrating. So all those little particles, those little tiny particles, they're actually moving in here. I just can't see it. You can't see it. It looks like it's solid, but it's really just a bunch of energy. So this is important stuff. Now, different types of energies vibrate at different speeds, and we call those speeds the frequency. And your emotions each have their own unique frequency. So think of it a little bit like music, right? Your happy thoughts are like upbeat songs, while maybe the sad thoughts are like the slower, more depressing songs. So while there's a lot of laws around energy, there's two that I want you to consider here. The first one is called the law of resonance. Now, the law of resonance states that the frequency of your thoughts, emotions, and experiences will attract similar things in the outside world vibrating at the same frequency. It's one of the main principles the universe functions on. It's basically what Einstein said in that screen before. So it's everything is energy, match the frequency of what you want, and you can't help but get it. It's the law, right? And just to understand, when we use the word universe here, we're referring to like the entirety of existence, including all matter, energy, space, time, everything. We're talking about that as far as the universe is concerned. Now, the next one is the law of the conservation of energy. Energy can neither be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred from one form to another. Now, I don't care what you believe in, how spiritual you are, how non-spiritual you are, if it's a religion or whatever, every single religion around the world, every non-religion, every scientific practice will tell you that energy can't be created or destroyed. It just changes form. It is one of the constants everywhere that everybody knows this. So what does that mean? What's the connection? So when you hear people talk about the power of positivity and the law of attraction and that kind of thing, and they tell you that thoughts are things, they're not lying. It's not just the tangible things, my coaster, it's not just the tangible things that are made of energy, but also the intangible things, such as your thoughts. Your thoughts are energy. And everything exists first and foremost as a vibration. You and all your energy is in a constant state of vibration. The speed of that vibration is the frequency you're running at. So think about it this way. Positive thoughts vibrate at a higher frequency. They're like, going back to the music, it's like fast, energetic songs. And then negative thoughts have a lower frequency. That's those slow, depressing songs, right? And they absolutely have an effect on your physical health. So the really cool part is the frequencies of your thoughts can actually affect your physical health and your mood. So high frequencies tend to make you feel better and even boost your immune system, which suggests that the happier you are, the healthier you are. Here's the thing. At these high frequencies, disease, dis-ease can't exist. The vibrations that disease needs are all in that lower area. So up here in the higher frequencies, disease can't exist. So the higher up you are in your frequency and vibration, the healthier you are. Now, we're going to geek out for just a little minute. There's this thing in quantum physics called entanglement. And basically what it means is that all these tiny little energy particles can be connected even when they're far apart. So that can explain how your thoughts can influence things around you and weird phenomena. Like if you're a parent and you ever just had this feeling that there's something wrong with my child, and you go and you check, and sure enough, there was an accident at the playground or the school or something happened. You hadn't heard about it yet, but you knew something was wrong. That is that energy. Everything is connected. In the universal laws, there's actually 12 universal laws, and the very first universal law is called the law of divine oneness. And basically, it's saying the same thing. Everything is connected. I'm connected to you. You're connected to me. We're all connected to each other. We're all connected to the stuff. All that energy, all energy is connected. So here's the thing. When we talk about being happy, it makes a big difference about where our energy is. And when you understand just a little bit about this energy and the vibrations and the frequencies, you actually can consciously control your level of vibration and frequency because you know what to do. So, this scale right here was made by Dr. David Hawkins. He was a psychiatrist who defined the levels of consciousness by frequency. Now, his scale is not the only scale out there. If you've ever followed Abraham Hicks or Kenneth Keys or some of the other ones out there that work on the consciousness level, then you know that there's other scales out there. They all have a similar pattern. I just love Dr. Hawkins' scale because it's, well, basically, it's really super simple to understand. All right, so on the left, you've got these two emotions. You have love and you have fear. And then if you notice right in the center here, it says neutrality. So depending on how you're viewing this right now, you may not be able to see that, but right here in the center at 250, it starts at 20, goes to 700, and right at 250 is neutrality. And you happen to notice that courage is under neutral. It takes some courage. You're building up your courage as you build your frequency actually to get to those higher frequencies. Check that out. And then on the other side, we have expanded and contracted. So when you think about it, down here, really low level, we have shame, and then guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, pride, courage. And then we bounce past neutrality. We have willingness, acceptance, reason, love, joy, peace, and enlightenment. So if you are going to think about how you feel right here, right now at this moment, because we always change like all the time. So if you were thinking about it right now, where would you put yourself on the scale? Here's the thing. Most of us kind of hang out in this middle area. We have our lows, we have our highs. You know, it's just the way life is, right? We go down, something happens, and then we go back up, and we kind of find this middle ground area. So we're kind of usually all hovering around there, unless you're constantly depressed. If you're constantly depressed, you're hanging out down here. If you're one of those crazy, always happy people, you're probably hanging out up top. Those people that drive some people nuts sometimes because it's like, are you never not happy? Because it's amazing. But if you hang with those people for just a little bit, talking about those energy particles and the connection, you spend 5 minutes with them, trust me, you're going to raise your frequency and vibration just because of who they are and how they are, because of their energy helping to raise yours. So the thing is, it gets really interesting. So that vibe attracts your tribe. So if you are that happy person all the time, you're at a high frequency, vibrating, really high, you're positive most of the time. Nobody's positive 100% of the time. Anybody tells you just be positive about everything, yeah, well, that doesn't work because that's not real life. We're not positive all the time, but some people are more positive than others, right? So when you are that type of person, and you're that positive type person, positive thoughts tend to bring in more positive experiences. So it attracts more positive people into your life. Now, conversely, negative thoughts create that downward spiral, and it attracts more of the drama-based folks into your life. And I know you really don't want that, right? But here's the good news. Here's the thing. When you understand how this works, you have the power to change your thoughts and break that negative cycle. So think of it as the ripple effect. Your emotions don't just affect you, they ripple out to people around you. So if you ever noticed how a smile can be contagious or one person's bad mood can bring down a whole room, that's the ripple effect in action. If you're in business and you've ever gone to a networking event and you've walked into a room and you're like, whoa, man, I do not want to be here. It's like the vibe in here. Think about that. When we say, oh my gosh, the vibe in here is just crazy, whether it's good or bad, right? That's what you're feeling. You're feeling the energy. You're feeling the frequency and the energy of what's going on in that room. It's affecting you physically. So that's the ripple effect in action. So by choosing positive thoughts, you're not just helping yourself, but you're actually lifting up everybody around you too. This also means, little warning, this also means that people can and do affect you against your will. Now, you've heard of energy vampires, or maybe you haven't. So those are the people who suck the life out of you. They're the people who are like, As soon as you spend 5 minutes with them, you are really super happy go lucky. And then you spend 5 minutes with that person, and now you are depressed and all of their drama. And all you want to do is go find a hole someplace and spend the rest of the day there. Yeah, those are energy vampires. And this is the science behind all this works. It's the law of attraction. You are attracting whatever you attract to you or whatever comes in and you let affect you. That's where your frequency and vibration is going to be. So this is basically all just quantum physics in action. It's all how energy works. It's the vibration, the frequency, the resonance. When you say you resonate with somebody, that's what you're saying. You're saying that your energy matches their energy. That's what's saying that if you say you resonate with what I'm talking about right now, that's just saying you agree we're on the same vibration and frequency as we're right now. So if you're feeling positive, grateful, appreciative, you're loving, you're feeling loving, you're attracting more thoughts and feelings, those good things, you want to match that higher frequency. So positive thoughts affect your physiology and and increase your happiness and your well-being. So you want to kind of, walk away from the energy vampires when you start feeling them sucking the life out of you, sucking the energy out of you. That's when you need to be conscious about that and go, you know what? I don't want the life sucked out of me. I'm going to leave this situation and go someplace else. Now, if you can't, you need to put up a bubble and protect your energy. That's another story for another day. But reality does sink in, because let's get real for a second. Life isn't all sunshine and rainbows, and that's okay. We have ups and downs. This is life, right? Things happen. The key to understanding it is that you have the power to shift what we call your normal state. So back on that scale, when I said, we mostly hang out in the middle area. So on that scale, in that middle area, you can actually work over time to raise that normal area. So where are you on average? If you're kind of hovering around that middle area, if you're hovering below, maybe you're depressed, maybe there's something going on, there's a lot of drama going on in life, and then you're letting it pull you down because it's a choice. So you're letting it pull you down, or you choose to say, you know what? I'm not going to let this affect me this way anymore. I'm going to consciously choose to raise my vibration, raise my energy. And you basically build up your normal state, and you get your normal state a little bit higher than it was before, so that your normal state is now at a higher frequency and vibration than it was before. And that's your new normal. And it is all your choice. So you are the creator of your reality. But in order for that frequency and to really change, the change has to occur vibrationally, and that all starts at kind of at the surface and works its way down. So if you've ever heard anybody saying, I'm smiling on the outside, if you've ever heard that phrase before, they might be smiling on the outside, but they're pretty darn depressed on the inside. Now, they're trying to make that change on the surface. It just hasn't reached down yet. Here's the real cool part about smiling. So we're all here to be happy, right? Here's the real cool thing about smiling. Even if you use a fake smile, when you do that, what that does is it releases those feel-good chemicals in your brain. And even if it's a fake smile, that starts working in your body, and it starts working down into the surface, and it starts raising your vibration. So even a fake smile helps you out. So if you're feeling kind of, smile, even if it's a fake one. Yeah. You hold that for 5 minutes, trust me, you're going to feel better regardless, because you're releasing those chemicals. All right. So one more little geeky thing. So your brain's secret superpower is neuroplasticity. What does that mean? Think about it. Plasticity, it's a fancy word for basically saying that your brain can change as you grow and over time. So when you practice positive thinking, you practice being happy, you're actually creating new pathways in your brain, neurological neurons, all these pathways in your brain, and you're actually creating more happy, which raises that normal state and keeps you in a happier, higher vibrating frequency. so that not only you're healthier, you're happier, you're getting more of what you want. Because I'll venture to guess that in that low level of the frequencies, that's not what you really want to attract. You don't want to attract anger. You don't want to attract guilt. You don't want to attract shame. Yeah. You energy attracts like energy. So if that's the case, I don't want to keep attracting bad stuff. I want to attract the good stuff. So the more you practice that positive thinking, you're creating those new pathways in your brain, and you start attracting more of the stuff that you actually want in your life. So just by being happy, you create more happy in your life. So think about it this way for a sec. If you've ever gone skiing, if you've skied and gone down like a virgin trail, it just snowed over, and beautiful powder on the mountain, and you're the first one to go down it, and you blaze the trail down the mountain. And then somebody comes behind you, and then somebody comes behind them, and somebody comes behind them. That's what you're doing. The more you do this, the more you use them, the easier the pathways are to follow. So the more you practice happiness, the easier it becomes. All right, so let's get into the fun part. Happiness hacks. So now you know about the energy behind it, right? Now remember, everything is energy. So happiness hacks. Now everybody's different, so find what works for you. There are literally hundreds of thousands of things, if not more, that will work. Here's just a few of them that are pretty common. Get moving, exercise, or dance like nobody's watching. I don't know about you, but I love dancing, and I am a total goofy dancer. If somebody actually watched me, no, I'm not winning Dancing with the Stars because, yeah, I am totally uncoordinated, but I love it. I love dancing in the kitchen while I'm cooking dinner. I turn on some music, I turn on my 70s station, and I dance and I sing and I cook dinner, and I have a grand old time. That makes me happy. If you go and help others, whether it's volunteering or donating stuff, cleaning out your space and donating it someplace, any way that you can help others, hold a door for somebody. I have a friend, Steve, who likes to corral the carriages at the grocery store, and he posts about it all the time. Cracks me up every time I see him do it. And that's helping others, and it makes him happy. It keeps everybody up. It's the ripple effect. It moves on and on and on, right? Hanging out with people that you love, instant way to make you happy, right? If you're hanging out with people that you love, that's going to make you happier. Learn something new. When you challenge your brain, remember, we want to build those new pathways. You want to learn something new. And when you do learn something new, what do you do when you learn something new? You're like, yes, I got it. That's awesome. I just learned this new skill today. This is so cool. I'm going to use this. It makes you happier. It raises your frequency. It raises your vibration. It makes you want to go learn more stuff, right? Practice gratitude. Gratitude is that one, hands down, always works 100% of the time. It doesn't matter what state you're in. You could be down at 20 at shame, down at the very low level of that scale, and bring yourself right up just by practicing some gratitude, because there is always something to be grateful for. Whether it's you're up, you're alive, it could be you have a chair to sit in, it could be you ate this morning, it could be you're not feeling well and you're grateful that you're able to take the day off and rest. It doesn't matter. There's always something to be grateful for. Just look around you. There is something around you right here and now to be grateful for. And when you practice gratitude, meaning you speak the gratitude, I am so grateful for whatever it is. When you say that, it raises your vibration, raises your frequency. You might want to do some meditation or yoga. That's one of the common ones. All that deep breathing that we did, those 3 deep breaths, what that does is it centers you. And when you get centered, it raises your vibration. You can listen to music, read a good book, go to the beach. If the beach is your happy place, go to the beach. Find that thing that works best for you. It could be a combination of things. And here are a few more ways to raise your vibration and frequency. All right. The first thing I want to say is that you're in control. And I bring this up, and I love this Mother Teresa quote. She was once asked why she didn't participate in anti-war demonstrations. She said she'll never do that, but as soon as they have a pro-peace rally, she's there. Why? Because words matter. Words are energy. Your thoughts are energy. Your words are energy. Everything is energy. See how this is all coming together? If everything is energy and you're the one in control, what you say, what you think matters. So she said, I won't go to an anti-war demonstration, but hey, you have a pro-peace rally and I'm there. Just by shifting the words. Same outcome that they're looking for, different words, different energy. Anti-war, low-level frequency. Pro-peace, high-level frequency, right? So remember, you're in control. And be present. So mindfulness is super important because you want to be aware of where your energy is going. Most of us walk around life just kind of doing and being and not really paying attention to the why of that doing and being. When you're present, mindfulness is like that Swiss Army knife for happiness. It's got all these tools out there and everything just comes in, and literally anything that you need is right here now in this present moment. And it raises your vibration when you stay in that present moment. It reduces stress and anxiety. It helps you feel more balanced. And again, with mindfulness, you can start with just 3 simple breaths. Just focus on your breath. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And when you do that, it centers you. And when you center yourself, you raise your vibration. All right, affirmations. Anybody ever hear about affirmations before, as far as like, hey, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm making $10,000 every month? So affirmations are these positive statements that will help reinforce high frequency thinking. Remember, energy. You're thinking these high energy thoughts, you start attracting what you need. So if you're attracting what you want into your life, people come into your life, the things come into your life, the tools come in your life, the resources come into your life. When you attract them in, you still have to take action, okay? And when people talk about these affirmations, we want affirmations that actually work. So when you say, I'm so happy and grateful that I'm now making $10,000 every single month, and your brain, excuse me, I'm just going to say your brain calls bullshit. Brain goes, nope, no, you're not, and not happening right now. And that actually brings you further down. So use affirmations that are believable to your conscious and your subconscious brain. Stuff like, I am capable. Maybe you're not thinking yourself so capable. And then you think about, I did this before, I did that before. So you know what? I am capable. I haven't done this yet. However, I am capable of doing it. I choose happiness. Instead of choosing to live in drama and be upset all the time, I'm going to choose happiness. The key is consistency. You want to make it a daily habit, like brushing your teeth. Now, this one that's on the screen right now, I am worthy and deserving of all the success I am seeking. That actually lives on my file cabinet. That's one of mine. And I absolutely believe I am worthy and deserving of all the success that I'm seeking. So that's a very believable affirmation, and I read that every single day. Next one here we have is visualization. Now, visualization is huge. It's a very powerful tool. It's like a mental rehearsal for the life that you want. So if you can close your eyes and imagine your happy place, we're here for happiness, right? So imagine that happy place. Where are you? What do you have? What's around you? Who is around you? What do you see, taste, feel, smell, hear? Think of all of it. When you visualize that happy place with everything that you have ever wanted in it. What that does is that helps align your energy with that you really want. Back to Einstein, if you match the frequency to that what you want, you can't help but get it. It's the law. So all those thoughts are things. So for those of you who have done vision boards before, I have a vision board. I update my vision boards here and there. I have one I just did recently, and it's got new things on it. Why? Because the things that are on my old vision board came about. They I have them. So I'm moving on to the next level. It's like a game. I'm moving to the next level. So when you think about it, you can create a vision board and put all those pictures in front of you. When you do that, you're seeing it. You put that vision board someplace where you see it every single day. And then your brain starts going, that's what we want. That's the energy. That's the vibration. That's the frequency that I want. And it starts attracting all those things in. Remember, everything's connected. Law of divine oneness. We're all connected. So everything that we need and everything that we want is literally all around us at all times. Most of the times we just don't see it. Why? Because we're not on that frequency and vibration. As soon as you put yourself on that frequency and vibration, all of a sudden it's right in front of you. And you're like, oh, there it is. So visualization can be a super powerful tool for you to create more happy and get what it is you want out of life. And I don't want you to forget about self-care, because a lot of times we spend our time doing, and a lot of that doing is for everybody else. And self-care is not selfish. It is necessary maintenance for high frequency living. So if you want to raise up your normal state and live in a higher frequency, then you need to take care of you. And you want to prioritize your rest, your sleep. You want to eat good food. Remember, all of this is energy. That food that you're eating, it is energy. You want to make time for activities that you enjoy, even if it's like alone time, right? Think of it as the maintenance for your personal energy field. So do not discount that, the importance of self-care. It is totally important, and it is not selfish being taking care of you. It is a necessary thing to keep your frequency and vibration high. This is my all-time favorite, connecting with nature. Nature is like a free happiness recharge station. So spending time outdoors will instantly boost your mood. Or if you've ever tried earthing, I was actually doing it out here before we started here. I went outside, walked barefoot on my grass in my front yard, and I just hung out and I listened to the birds and I listened to the wind blowing through the trees and all the other noises in the neighborhood, dog barking down the street and all that kind of stuff. And I just walked around and I connected. What you're doing is connecting with the energy of the earth. So when you do that, it really pulls you in to be present. And again, be present. It raises your vibration. Earthing helps you raise your vibration and energy. It pulls in the good energy from what is going on all around you. This one is also really super important, is to create a high vibrational environment, a high vibe environment. So what do I mean? There may be some of you out there who say, yeah, well, my desk is a mess, but it's my mess and I know where everything is. And I know that line so well because I used to use it when I was in corporate world all the time. My desk was a mess. There was crap everywhere. And when somebody walked up and said, how do you find anything on this desk? I was like, oh, I know where everything is. Well, here's the thing. Everything's energy. All that stuff is energy. And literally, when you have stuff all over the place, you're creating chaos. You're creating chaotic energy. When you create chaotic energy, on that scale, you're like bouncing all over the place. It doesn't know where to put you because there's too much chaos going on. So declutter your living area. Surround yourself with those colors and the objects that you love. Use music or scents. I have a couple candles here I use. Depending on what's going on, I have different lights in my office here. So depending on what I'm doing, I might put a brighter light. I might put a softer light on. I have music when I want my music. Totally dating myself here. Whenever I'm in a mood, whenever my energy starts dipping lower and I catch myself, I do have my monkeys. For those of you who know who the monkeys are, I have my Monkeys soundtrack right here on my computer, and I just pop on my Monkeys soundtrack and I start jamming to my Monkeys tunes, and I instantly feel better. So find what works for you for that kind of stuff. Just get rid of the clutter. And if you get rid of the clutter and you go to donate it, guess what? We were talking about helping others. Win-win. So there you go. Okay, let's wrap it up here. And you get it? Picture, bad joke. All right. Maybe it made one of you smile. All right, we're going to recap what we learned. So everything is energy. All energy is connected, and this includes your thoughts and emotions. And you have the power to change your thought patterns and boost your level of happiness anytime you want. You just need to be conscious about it and aware that all of this is energy. And hey, I can shift my energy anytime I want. And now that I know what the low frequency is and what the high frequency is and where I want to be on that scale, now I can say, you know what, I'm hanging out down here and, I'm kind of comfortable down here, but I'm not really, I can't say I'm really happy. What would happen if I just raised it up a little bit? Would I get more of what I really want? Would I be a little bit more happy? It's up to you. It is all your choice. You have the power to change your thought patterns and create more happiness. And I strongly suggest small positive changes can make a big, big difference in your overall well-being. It keeps your frequency, higher, makes your normal state at a higher state. And happiness is a skill that you can practice and improve upon over time. So that neuroplasticity, yes, you can increase your happiness. You can get those ski paths, those trails. You can get your happiness trails, dug in there so that you can just go skiing down nice and happy on your happiness trail, right? You are the creator of your reality. So when you raise your vibration, you raise your frequency, and you live a happier life. So I do have a little challenge for you for anybody who chooses to accept it and not really tracking this. Again, we're not on a Zoom here, we're on a live, so it's a little bit different. However, for those of you out in the Facebook group and the Business Bliss group, if you want to play along, I highly encourage. Have a bit of fun. 30-day challenge. Pick just one happiness boosting activity, just anything that we talked about, or something maybe we didn't talk about that you go, this is what makes me happy. This is my go-to when I want to be happy. And do it every single day for an entire month. Even set a reminder on your phone or a reminder on your computer or whatever if you need to in your calendar. Set a reminder so that you do it every single day. And at the end of the month, notice if your overall mood has changed. Notice if you've shifted your normal state. You might even want to find an accountability partner. You can even ask for one out in the group. If you don't have one, find an accountability partner and do it together and see how much your life can change for the good when you shift your energy and create more happiness in your life. Now, if you decide to play along, and I'm going to put some posts out in the group here once we get going here. So post inside the Business Bliss Facebook group what you're doing to raise your vibration and create even more happiness. You might come up with some ideas that we didn't even talk about, didn't even think of, and somebody goes, oh, I love doing that. I'm going to start doing that. So post it out there and brighten somebody else's day. Trust me, it will brighten yours as well. So that's it for the slides. My last comment is right here. Be the energy that you want to attract, and then you will create the happiness that you're looking for. All right, so let me close this out. And here we are. Now, I do see that there's some comments behind me. So let's just see. So we have some folks on here live. Showing Tony, Bonnie's here. Bonnie says she's seriously happy. Her happiness is not dependent on your circumstances. Absolutely, absolutely. Cheryl, Tony, I'm happy, used to be just content. All right. And fear. So Bonnie, I'm guessing that's when we talked about the negative words, made me feel uncomfortable and edgy. So that's that energy inside of you that is kind of bringing you down and kind of making you feel a little wonky there, because it's like, I'm not really liking this. And you feel it. You feel that energy. When we talk about having that gut feeling, when your gut tells you something's not right, something's not right. That's the energy that's telling you that. So when you start paying attention to that, you can control basically everything. And so calm and smile. Words are constantly on you. So Bonnie, I'm guessing the positive words were the ones that are constantly on your mind. Again, that perfect, Bonnie. That's exactly it. That's the pathway. So when you constantly are thinking of that the positive words, the positive stuff. You create that neural pathway that is the positive pathway. And that's where your brain starts to go automatically. Instead of automatically going down into the dumps, which we're kind of sort of trained to do, it's like we always look for the bad stuff and we're kind of brought up to do that. Well, when you shift that and you change those trails and you create it so that it's not the bad stuff you're going for, it's the good stuff you're going for, all of a sudden, your frequency, your vibration, you're much higher, you're much happier. But yep, resonance. Yeah. Enjoy. I love it. Go with the flow. Yep. Try to change the energy. The bigger the smile, the bigger the troubles. I don't know about that, Cheryl, Tony. The bigger the smile, that doesn't necessarily mean the bigger the troubles. Smiling helps you. Smiling is good. I would absolutely shift that mindset to something more positive. I don't use the word trouble in my vocabulary. I don't have any troubles. I have things that aren't quite right yet. There's things that aren't quite working the way I want them to work. And that's okay because you know what? That's life. Literally, how you use your words. Remember the Mother Teresa, anti-war versus pro-peace, right? So when you use the right words, it makes a difference. And then let's see, Bonnie says, worry. Oh, I just lost it here. There it is. Worry is borrowing negative possibilities from the future that may not even exist. Exactly. That's the part of mindfulness and being present. So when you're present, you aren't assuming certain things that might or might not happen in the future, and you're not worrying about anything that's in the past that you can't do anything about anymore anyways, right? So when you keep yourself mindful, you keep your frequency and your vibration higher. And then Cheryl said, good medicine. All right. So I hope this helped you raise your level of happiness just a little bit, just make you a little bit more happy, because understand that happiness is energy. So is sadness. So is guilt. So is trouble. That stuff that. But let me ask you, where do you want to be? Do you want to be down here or do you want to be up here? Frankly, I want to be up here. So I do everything I can, just like Bonnie, to make sure that my level is in the high end, not on the low end. When it dips down there, something happens because that's life. Things happen. I catch that stuff right away. How do I do that? I have those trails, that neuroplasticity. I have those trails carved out in my brain that go, you know what? Yep, that happened. But you know what? We're not going down that trail. We're going down this trail because this is the better trail to go down. So we want to make sure that we keep ourselves lifted up. And the more you keep yourself at that higher frequency, higher vibration, the happier you're going to be overall. So I hope you enjoyed this presentation. And if so, let me know out in the comments what you thought. Did it work for you? Did it make you happier? And just curious, are you going to do the 30-day challenge? If so, I'll see you out in the group. All right. Bye for now.